The English Renaissance poet and writer Edmund Spenser died on January 13th in 1599. Spenser was born around 1552 in London, was one of the most influential poets of the English Renaissance. His contributions to literature were significant and long-lasting, shaping the course of English poetry for generations to come. Spenser's literary career began with the publication of The Shepherd's Calendar in 1579. This work, consisting of 12 pastoral poems, one for each month of the year, was immediately recognized as a notable achievement in English poetry since Chaucer's time. It showcased Spenser's skill in crafting diverse verse forms and his use of archaic language to evoke a sense of timelessness. However, Spenser's magnum opus was undoubtedly the Faerie Queene, an epic poem he began writing before 1580 and continued to work on until his death in 1599. Published in two parts, 1590 and 1596, this allegorical masterpiece celebrated the Tudor dynasty and Queen Elizabeth I. The poem was intended to be 12 books long, though only 6 were completed. Each book follows the adventure of a knight representing a particular virtue, combining elements of romance, chivalry, and fantasy. The Faerie Queene is notable not only for its grand scope, but also for its innovative use of what came to be known as the Spenserian stanza, a 9-line stanza that Spenser invented for this work. This poetic form would go on to influence many later poets, including Byron and Keats. In 1595, Spenser published Amoretti and Epithalamion, a sonnet sequence and marriage ode dedicated to his second wife, Elizabeth Boyle. These works showcase Spenser's mastery of the sonnet form and his ability to adapt it to English tastes, contributing to the development of what would become known as the Spenserian sonnet. Throughout his career, Spenser was deeply involved in the political and cultural life of his time. He spent much of his adult life in Ireland, serving in various official capacities, including as secretary to the Lord Deputy of Ireland. His experiences there informed his prose work, A View of the Present State of Ireland, written in 1596 but not published until after his death. Spenser's influence on English literature was profound and long-lasting. He was known to his contemporaries as the Prince of Poets, and later writers like John Milton claimed him as a better teacher than Aquinas. His work bridged the gap between medieval and Renaissance literature, combining classical influences with distinctly English themes and language. Edmund Spenser died in London in 1599, leaving behind a legacy as one of the greatest poets in the English language. His contributions to literature, including the Spenserian stanza and sonnet forms, his masterful use of allegory, and his role in developing a distinctly English poetic tradition, continue to be studied and admired to this day.